Hello, welcome to Quinn Broadcasting. I'm Tony Trogone, host of Coach's Corner, along with my other co-host, Coach Humberto Ayala. And welcome back, Coach.
Welcome. Thank you.
It's Thursday, and you guys have had a couple practices now, but we'll just do our regular routine here in regards to our announcement of the kids we have here, our student athletes. I always give you the honors.
To your left, we have our junior running back, DB, outside back. I don't know, does it all on defense, Aiden Dawkins. And to his left, we have, once again, the infamous Jamal Wallace, who's had a heck of a game. Both of them had a heck of a game this last week, so glad to have him back. Thought it was fitting this week.
Yeah, so I'm old school, so I call you guys thunder and lightning in the backfield, man. So, you know, we look at last week's game, and we'll have some video, but, you know, we got that first play where Antoine made a great tackle to save that 6 points, but then we gave you the ball right away. You got huge chunks, and for, I guess, 2 or 3 plays, and then Aiden got in there, and then I have a play of you get a huge gain. And that's what I said in the broadcast. It's like you got Jamal Wallace Jr. and you got Aiden Dawkins, and they knew then and they had their hands full. So, Coach, we'll go to the scoring summary,
Okay.
like we always do, and then fellas, you can join in on whatever the play was and what was going on with the play. So you can see that first. Well, we're going to do the first drive was Jamal Wallace with a 10-yard run, but we have a couple plays ahead of that. The first would be that Antoine Conyers tackle. We didn't pick up the Matthews out of the cutting across, and Antoine makes a tackle right at the end there.
Yeah, listen, that's just great effort, man, by him. I know his teammates were proud of him, you know. I mean, because, listen, you know, it gets a lot harder when you get inside that red zone. Everything, you know, tightens up, and, you know, our defensive front is relentless. So the fact that he just kept going, you know, not every kid would have maybe had that fight in him, but, you know, that just shows who we are as a program.
Yeah, exactly. And I mentioned it during the broadcast. That happened a couple of years ago at Cherokee. Playing Mainland, right?
Yeah, Cornish had the saving kick return, and
same thing. We made
had
a
to stop. Yep, because that would have put the icing on the cake for that game.
And so the next play will be Aiden Dawkins. He's here in the studio now. Jamal, you're in here a lot. You're in here a lot. So there were some good runs you busted out on in this drive. But so forgive me. But what I did was I have one play where George, our producer, has you.
Just toss outside. Line does a great job. Aiden just sees that hole, kind of cuts it right up.
So, Aiden, this is the first time you're on the show. What were you looking at there when you were putting a hole, looking for a hole?
I'm going to be honest. I was just following my blocks. Just following my blocks and just hit the inside. If the outside was going, just hit the inside. That was really it.
You see a double team there?
Darian and Chris, yeah. Just following beyond those big guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I think, look at the guy laying down on the ground there, too. They're saying, okay, you're giving him a dose. That's actually a legal tackle there. That's that tackling from behind on the hips.
Oh.
You know, they call that in the pros now an illegal tackle, cut from behind. So then the next play will be Jamal taking it in. That should be 0-1, George.
Yep, so just underneath, you know, handoff right up the gut. Line does a great job. Jamal just, you know, hits it. Now, mind you, this was a 96-yard drive because we stopped him down, you know, in our area, in our territory. And, you know, the first play was to Jamal, and that was a 25-yard gain or something like that, right up the gut. You know, listen, we saw stuff on film. We saw how we were able to exploit them, or we saw a weakness, and we just took advantage of it.
Yeah, so again, I apologize. There's some good plays on this drive, but for the sake of time, we had to just put a couple plays in for this drive. There was even a catch, I think.
But that was, you know, it's just a heck of a drive, just 96-yard drive, all runs, you know.
And then the next play will be by Marty Collins, a 6-yard run. What's that play called there?
Just trap up. It's the trap, yeah.
Okay.
You know. Guess you could say it's like wing T principles or whatnot, you know. Just a great job by our line. We do a great job. Marty does a great job getting skinny in that hole. And, you know, once he gets that, he's going to at least give us 3-4 plus yards.
Yeah, he's a slasher. It's not. It doesn't look like he's even running that fast, and he just gets in the hole.
Oh, listen, once he gets in he moves. He moves. That kid can move. And now, mind you know, like, you know, he plays both ways. He sees a lot of time. He saw a lot of time in that game. Both these guys, you know, Aiden and Jamal, both play both ways as well.
I'm going to say it one more time because you had Robbie under center a lot, which is a good thing for an old school
just a
person like me.
change of pace, you know. Everything hits different, you know, in the run game from under.
Yeah, the timing.
You know, so.
Also, I think timing on pass patterns. I think
Yeah.
sometimes we get to 3 or 5 or 7 step drop. It helps with the time with that. So good job, Marty Collins. So we're up 14-0. Again, this is all in the first quarter. And again, we made some big plays, but then you're going to see the next one, Jamal's 9-yard run.
Again, same play before. Look, that's a great job by him. Like, Jamal's patience, like, his patience has gotten so much. Both of these guys and Demir and everybody, patience running the ball has been so much better as the season's progressed. Because look he hits this, follows his puller, jump cuts outside, gets in there. So I mean, I think you know, Wallace got his first Division II offer the other day from West Virginia University.
West Virginia State.
Yeah, so the coach was like, he's like, yeah, we need a big back. He's like, I watched him again. He's been on my board, but then I watched him. He's like, I didn't realize he can move like that though. Like, and he's shifty. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, good footwork. I want to. While we're watching a play over again, Jamal, like you do a lot of drills with your footwork. That's that looks like, you know, my son was a D1 athlete, so I do have a slight, you know, knowledge of what goes on with that. This doesn't happen. You have a lot of drills with your footwork, some plyos or whatever? Or?
Yeah, my dad started me young with the footwork because I was always like a bigger running back, so he always knew that. Like, the worst thing they could say about me is that my feet are slow, but we started working on that from a young age, and then it just built up and just kept working at it.
Yeah, because we definitely can see you put the work in there because it's not the first touchdown we've saw where you had to pick where you need to go.
Yes, sir.
And what Coach said, you know, you had to, you know, do some dancing and find daylight. So great job.
Thank you.
All right, George, my little diatribe there, and then we'll have another touchdown by Jamal. I guess we're going to see some more footwork here. Again, it's 21-0 at the time.
Yeah, so this is a good look. He's pressing the hole, sees what he's got, and yeah, good luck. You can't tackle him. You just can't tackle him that high. It's 220 pounds coming through. So this is just a good read by him. You know, I mean,
yeah, it looked like it was going to go.
He took the cutback lane, and you know, the rest is on him.
One more time, George. Enjoy that.
Great job, you know.
So these aren't replays, audiences. This is Jamal scoring 4 touchdowns in the first half, and it definitely lit it up for us. And then we had a 35-0 lead going into halftime.
Yes.
And so there's a rule in high school that if you're leading by 35 or more going into the second half, we have a running clock.
Yeah, and no matter if they score or not, so it runs. So once it runs, it runs.
Gotcha. So then the next play, we open up the second half with a Reggie really ran. This is like an angry run too here where he caught a pass. I guess it's in the seam or a skinny post. That's Jamal. That was the previous touchdown run. There'll be it's 06. Here it comes right here.
Yeah. This is a read by Robbie, you know, little RPO action, and
1 broken tackle.
Yep.
2, 3 people there.
Reggie's a good football player. He's a tough kid, and you know, it's like anybody. You know, you're on the team, you have Brooks out there. You know, I know he gets all the limelight, but him and Jaden Days are gonna, you know, be a bright spot in this future in our receiving core.
I don't even understand what kind of defense they're playing there. It was single high, but he was cheating over to the far side.
I mean, I think at this point
I
it's
could
35.
understand it.
It's 35-0, and we're running the ball on them. I don't think they expected that style of a game. I think they were prepping for to see Brooks out there, to see a high flying game, and we countered that. So I mean, listen, my offensive coaching staff, we saw stuff on film that we can, use for that game, and we just took advantage of what they gave us.
Okay, and finally, we have Darian. This is a great hook and lateral. In the playground, we call it hook and ladder, but hook and lateral here.
So, I know the game was out at a hand there, but we practiced it, and I was gonna call something different. I think I was just gonna run the ball or something. I don't know. And I had the freaking whole sideline hounding me about it. And I honestly, I was like, I thought this was far out. I was like, dude, he ain't getting in there from 30 yards.
That's you, right? Doing to him there.
No, that was Jaden Days.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, good job.
Okay, his number's hard to
And
read.
who's that down there? Is that Marcus downfield?
Yeah, that's Marcus.
That's Marcus. Yeah, he was making sure he was coming down there for his boy. Little celebration at the end, but they already warned me. They warned me that they're like, yo, if I score, I'm gonna take him. I was like, well, we'll be up by then, so I'll.
In the highlight film that George made, you'll see the bowling. So we have that in our highlight film for the second.
I know
half.
it's wrong. It's unsportsmanlike, but
Yeah.
certain moments, I think you just.
So yeah, after that play, I was what I was thinking. I was thinking of the handshake at the end. So anything from the Brick Memorial coach, like, hey.
No, I think a couple coaches were heated. And like I said, I mean, you could look at it in multiple ways. The way I see it, it's a sectional championship game. If you're in that game, you're a good football team, and you've gotten to that point. I just don't believe there's any mercy in that kind of a game. A regular season, we would have downed it. I would have probably had my JV in by, look at the first two games. We had our JV in the whole second half, It's a sectional championship game, and that was the last game that Darian was going to ever play on that field. So I wanted to make sure he had to feel what it was like to score in that end zone.
Cool.
So I'm wrong, I guess.
Well, that explain.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to know what the motivation was there, which is applicable. And then also not having Brooks in the game, and I guess it says a lot for you guys. I know you guys are quiet right now, justly so. But people, Jamal, you've been the bust, and they've been on your back. You've been carrying us, on the running game, and Aiden, you made some good runs in previous games. But what I noticed from the casual observer is that you, Reggie, I've seen Marty make plays, I've seen Jamal make plays, but you guys have stepped up, and then you look at the future. But really, you look at this game coming up at Winslow, which we'll talk about in the fourth quarter of this show. But it's like we have more than just Brooks.
Yeah.
And I think, what were your thoughts going into the game then?
It's like, it's not always about Brooks because we still got dogs on our team. So, like, it's not, like, really affecting us. So, yeah, that's really it. Like,
Yeah, it's a days also.
Well, I mean, this is the ultimate team sport. Obviously he's a pivotal part of what we do, and he is a dynamic player. But nothing moves and runs unless you have all those pieces doing their part and working together and doing their 1/11th. So, like in basketball, one player of that magnitude can make maybe a big difference if you lose them. In football, you can survive because we still had a good line. We got great running backs. We got a great defense. We got players all over the place. But he will be back this week, so he will be another added piece to our dynamic ability.
He's the best player in South Jersey, obviously. But and coach, for you though too, as far as calling plays, again as a casual observer, it looks like in some games you're trying to get the ball in Brooks's hands to make some plays, but now this game looked like, hey guys, we don't have to get it in Brooks's hands to design a play to get in his hands now. We've seen people step up and make some big plays.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think you've seen from like the Cherokee game on, like we've done a better job making sure that we got a lot of guys involved. And maybe in the beginning we weren't doing so much. You saw more of Reggie and Days come out, and you're seeing Dawkins in the playoffs, which I kind of already knew that was going to happen. I said it to the staff that he looked fresh in practice. He looked like he was ready to go. So I was like, we got to use those legs. And he's shown that opportunity. But I mean, listen, you got a player of that like that, you're gonna want to put the ball in his hands, but it's just about balance, and we have guys in all areas to be balanced. But all eyes are on him, so you have to use other players, and you got to use him deceptively as well. So
Good. And so is that time of the quarter where we have the team stats? If we can have them. So go ahead, Coach.
yeah, listen, defensively this was great. Minus 13 rushing yards. They have a quarterback that had 700 yards. What did I say?
Yeah.
He had like 14 touchdowns rushing, like 700 yards rushing, and 1,500 yards passing.
He's a good athlete. He was definitely a good athlete.
Very good athlete.
We were
good
just
athlete. He's only a junior.
You can tell that he's never played against a team with our speed.
Yes. Well, I mean, this is what happens at the shore conference, But yes, defensively we did a great job. A lot of that passing came from that first play, and then us, just to see us, we had 488 yards of offense, but 330 on the ground because of these two young men and our offensive line, which you got to credit because our offensive line play has really taken a positive step forward. I think 16 first downs in the first half. And then we were just efficient about the ball. Robbie was 8 for 11. We took what they gave us. But once we saw what we could do, there was no point in going away from it.
Yeah, Jamal, for you, Robbie, your quarterback, to me it looks like he's finding his rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
What are you noticing about his development as your quarterback?
He's came a really long way. Like his demeanor. Like he's able to trust himself. He's starting to be able to trust himself more. Now that he knows that we trust him, like him coming in, being a new guy, even though he's with us lifting in the weight room, he's just starting to be able to come into his show and be able to just know that we trust him, that we got his back.
And you can see it like it's poised too. Again, there's a couple games, like even the last Winslow game, where you said we didn't have passing lanes, so he had to throw in. It looked like there was an errant pass, but he couldn't throw it where our receivers were because there were people in the way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there was a lot of factors that went into there that we had to fix up. It was his 5th game of the season. Listen, we're going on our 12th game of the year. So, I mean, there's a lot of games from then on to progress and get better. But it's twofold. It's, he had to progress to get better, and at the same time as from an offensive standpoint, we got to put him in successful positions as well. So I think we've learned that as the time progressed, and, he's gotten better and more comfortable in what it is, and he's seen every adverse moment you could think of now. So I think the kid's ready.
Yeah, I'm looking at poise. Like he's waiting for play to develop. You could see things are slower for him now.
Yes. Yep.
That's what playing the game. A long time ago, it's like it slows down for you when you kind of know how things are progressing on a play. So I'm seeing that. So great job by Robbie. All right, now we have our individual stats.
So you see Robbie was 8 for 11. That INT, that's all on me. I should never call that play. I told him, but it was what it was. It was just trying to be too cute. But 1 touchdown, 20, it was really 23 for 156, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we go by the courier on that one. 12 for 118 for Dawkins. Robbie had a nice run where he pulled it. Collins 3 for 14. JF had his jet sweep. Darian 1 for 32. Receiving, you could see, pretty well balanced. Holly 3 for 75. Days for 4 for 6. X, that was a nice catch by him.
That was an awesome catch.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
And they left it open, the middle of the field open the whole game.
Yes.
So I was like, we're going to hit either Reggie or him on a seam.
Yep. But you wait for those moments because if you miss it, you're probably not going to get that again. So
And so I'll go to Eden. You look at your 12 carries, 118 yards. Your thoughts on that game?
To be honest, I really don't know. Like I come in every game like it's my last, because anything can really happen. So I just take every game like it's my last and just be poised and just be calm under the pressure. So and just be humble.
I'll have some questions for you in the second quarter about that, about both of you working in the junior ranks too, because it looks like you bring a lot of that experience too as far as your success at that level and how there's a whole environment of people a whole culture of people who know who you were before you even came to Millville High School. So we'll talk more about that. And so that concludes the first quarter, which is a little long because of the number of scores. But and we're going to be right back after this commercial.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great health care for everyone.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trogone with Coach Bert Ayala with our 2 standout student athletes. We have Jamal Wallace Jr. and Aiden Dawkins. Jamal Wallace Jr. being a senior, Aiden Dawkins being a junior. And we're going to start off. This is the second quarter. We always like to talk about our student athletes. I call them our kids. They are our kids. And so Aiden, I'll give you some stats. So you're this year you're 35 carries, 322 yards, and averaging 9.2 yards a carry. That's tremendous. 4 TDs. And I want to make sure I have a shout out to Rich Van Noord, because he's the one who supplies these stats to the show and to Coach Ayala and I after the game. And then for your career, Aiden, you were 50 carries for 431 yards. Again, total TDs for your career, 4 TDs. And so the previous quarter I talked about, your background, and you've been playing for how long? When did you start playing football?
Since I was 5.
Since you were 5?
Yeah.
So who were your teammates that have gone up the ranks?
Right. Since I was TJ. We both came from Cumberland, and we moved to Millville around like 4th grade, and then started on sophomores, and then we just grew a relationship with all the Millville
Who's
people.
TJ?
TJ Ridgeway, number 16.
Oh yeah, I love him on special teams, man.
Yeah.
He does some great tackles, number 16.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, talking to some people, they're like, they know you were coming up into the high school ranks from what you've done as a junior. And then we haven't talked about the defensive plays you made, because you've been doing a really good job on defense too. So I'll go to the student side now. Tell me about your junior year. What's the classes you're taking, and what's your favorite class?
I'm taking history, English, and engineering, and health and strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning, again, Coach. That's a surprise, right? So who's your favorite teacher?
I'll probably say Coach Stay. He's real talkative. Like, yeah, he just makes the class more funner. Like,
And what's he teach?
health.
Okay. And you're a junior now, and this is when your lens, you start looking ahead
Yeah.
to graduate in high school. You blink your eyes, right? So what are some ideas of what you want to do leaving high school?
Right now, I really don't know. It'll probably be like business, or like engineering, or like chemical engineering. One of the two.
Are you going to play ball in after high school?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. Any particular area you want to go to or look to play for?
Nah, not right now. Never thought of that. Not right now.
And so I see kids with their Twitter and with their plays. They look at colleges looking at their plays. You're going to begin doing that where they see a highlight film of Aiden Dawkins and what he can do.
Yeah.
That's what we look to do. Well, you're great to watch, and again, we saw that Thunder and Lightning, and it's a real good mix-up, Aiden. It's a real pleasure to watch you play
Appreciate
on
it.
both sides of the ball. And then to Mr. Wallace Jr., I'll go to his stats. Again, so far this year, according to Rich Van Noord, not to carry your post, but it's 116 carries, 799 yards, 6.9 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns, and then we have 5 receptions for 25 yards. For career, 163 carries, 1,056 yards. You're over 1,000 yards, and 19 TDs for your career. That's what you have so far. So, and then also congratulations being a scholar athlete. So, Coach, he was recognized at the Touchdown Club.
Yeah, the South Jersey Touchdown Club. He was recognized as a scholar athlete to represent our school because he has the highest GPA on our team. So it's a good honor. He'll probably also be the one that is selected for the football, national football. What's the one that?
They have it down on the shore area.
Yeah, by the carriage house, right?
Yes.
So he'll be selected for that
There's
as
a picture
well.
right there with the two of you. So it's all the hard work is paying off as far as the recognition.
Yes, sir.
So really proud of you.
Thank you.
And because again, when you look at it, and again, it's not about me, but I know that when you get to the next level, those coaches want to make sure you're taking care of business in the classroom as well as on the field. And obviously, as someone who's looking at that, they're saying, okay, this kid's serious character. And it's that's what you look at. Like, are you a clown or you're a serious character? And they look at Jamal Wallace and say, this guy's, I'm not going to have to worry about him off. Coaches will say, I don't have to worry about that kid when he's at practice, but it's the other 22 hours of the day I got to worry about.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about Jamal Wallace Jr. any other 22 hours. And that says something about when you're the head coach of a college football team. So, and you've gotten some offers. So, fill us in on what you have so far.
I just recently picked up my first Division II offer from West Virginia State University.
And how did that all come about? Is there something like a coach that's there that looks at your talent and what they're looking for you to do?
Yes. First, the linebackers coach had texted me I think a year ago, and I wasn't sure what he was recruiting me for at first. I assumed linebacker because he was the linebackers coach. But then he texted me recently and just basically said I wanted to extend you an offer, and I appreciated it a lot for him recognizing my talent and seeing some talent in me.
Okay. All right. So, as far as your 4 years, and Aiden, your 3 years, and I'll go to Aiden. What are some people that you've looked up to as far as maintaining the standard? The coach always talks about the expectations, the standard. Who have you looked up to as far as how to conduct yourself as a Thunderbolt?
It's a hard question. I would probably say Quint, my eighth grade year. Yeah, my 8th grade year, Quint. Like, he just kept that same mentality, like, just stay straightforward. Like, he took everything seriously. Like, he was a great leader, just a great leader. And I think after that year, which was my freshman year, I think they they took that on and took that seriously. How Quint led them, and then it was another state championship for them.
Talking about that dog mentality, though, because, I mean, he's a great talent, but you got to have that dog mentality. And I noticed you're not easy to bring down either. Like LeQuint would get some yards after touch, after he was touching. You've done that too, and that's why in the first quarter I talked about that. Like I think that, and at the previous show, Jamal, we talked about it too. Like sometimes some kids are just soft, and then you guys are like, you're not going to go down easy.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, once you touch that ball, like first time, like you want to score. Like you don't want to get down, you want to score. You want to get in the end zone.
Yeah, but you developed a technique of doing that, because that's what I see. I see Reggie. Reggie gets hit and he spins. It's something happened in your career where you're like, you've made touchdowns before. That's how I look at it. I'm like, this kid scored touchdowns before. So when did that light bulb go off? When you were 5, 6, 7, 8?
I think probably after freshman year, going into sophomore year, I was thinking like I really took football seriously, like, and I just
Well, it looks like on the field, and like I said, when you get the ball, you're not going down easy. And obviously we know that about you, Jamal. And then when did the light bulb go off to you? Has it been like since you were 5, your dad playing ball? When's that come about for you mentally?
So when I first started, I was a tackle. Like, I played tackle and nose tackle. like I was always like the biggest kid like on the field. And I started off at nose tackle, like more like the high man, because my dad wasn't sure how I was gonna be. But once I started playing nose tackle, like that like taught me how to play. Like I would always just bull rush the center, and Little League you go under center. So if you bull rush the center, he lays on top of the quarterback. So it just started it from then, and that always made me like start hunting the football. But then translating that to the offensive side, when I started running the ball, it was just a doubt. Like just people doubted that I could run the ball. Like they always wondered why I was running the ball, and I just wanted to show people.
I got a question for you now about the short conference teams, because you played. What was the first game? Marlboro.
Red Bank.
Red Bank, then Marlboro. Now Brick Memorial. It looks like, because that's what triggered this thought, the way you guys, even when offense, you're going to punish that guy even when he's trying to tackle you. And I saw them lose their fight.
Yeah.
And so just go back to last week's game. When did you know? Like, 'cause I see it, and it's like I always say this. I've been saying it every game to you guys on the way out. Like, they don't want no smoke. It's like they're taking their time to get up off the field. They have more kids on the ground with timeouts for injury timeouts, and I hope they're all right. We hope they're just hurt, not injured. But when did you know? Like, okay, they've got it. They know what they're in for. Was that even the first quarter in that first drive?
For this week's game or last week's?
This last game.
Honestly, it started kicking in after the third touchdown. Like, you started realizing that. Well, after going into my second one, I was realizing that they didn't want to touch me, because when I broke through, there was a guy on the outside, and I just pretty much I looked at him, and he just fell on the ground, and when he fell, I just realized that that's when their fight was out of them.
Yeah, I saw their shoulders slumping. I'm not trying to be a jerk with young teenagers playing football, but there is like that dog mentality, and it's like, okay, I don't want to fight you no more, right?
Yeah.
That's what you've done from when you're 5 years old until now you're 16, 17, 18 years old. It doesn't change. It's like it's only easier when you're younger. Like you said, your pop probably said, bang the center, it's going to be a bad handoff, mess up his head, and then the rest of the game, the quarterback can't even hike the ball. Well, the older you get, the less it's harder to do that. But when you see that in a sectional game where all of a sudden you see them drooping, the number 76 was huge.
Yeah,
it was
tall.
And you see, and he was trying, but it was like, nah, it was just too much for them. Even they're bigger guys. So good game, and proud of your effort. But it's also the mentality that you bring that Coach always talks about. So really proud of your effort. So that concludes our. Oh no, we got to do a shout out. So I'll go to Jamal first. Your turn.
I just want to thank my family, my friends, all my support system. just want to thank all of them for coming out to every game. Just want to thank God for blessing me with that great support system.
All right. Aiden, here's your turn. You can look at the camera.
I just want to thank my mom, and that's really it. She always been there for me. Like, she know what it takes, and yeah, I just appreciate her so much.
All right, good. Now, that concludes our second half after having a good discussion with our head coach, Bert Ayala, but with these two great student athletes. We'll be right back after these short messages.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as the national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Welcome back to the second half and third quarter of the Coach's Corner with Tony Trogone with Bert Ayala, and it's this time that we're really blessed to have someone like George, our producer, create the highlight video of each game. And so I want to thank George and his efforts and the time it takes to pull it all out. He pulls the Quinn broadcast out. So it's a little longer. I use Huddle, which is what the coaches use, so I can annotate on it. But he has about a 5.5 minute video, so stay tuned and enjoy the highlight video.
Championship football at Wheaton Field. Millville Thunderbolts will soon reveal. Defense is challenged, the unbreakable wall. A goal line stands, coaches will and call. Brick memorial cut down, they can't believe Mustang stopped the beginning of the siege. Offense and defense will shine tonight. One player, one mind, OBG rules the night. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. The fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Rick Mustang season ends tonight. Wallace drives through the line, no answer for his might. Dawkins takes the lead no matter pass or run. You just can't stop him, he's having so much fun. Jones and Collins are looking for the sack. Offer is having fun, deflecting a pass. Even Lewis on special teams is making the play. He's the last man defense and saves the day. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Quarterback O'Connell was having a great day, spreading the ball around, there's no stopping his sway. Even keeps it himself and moves the yard lines. OBG rules the night, it's prime time. Holly's on the move, they can't stop his gains. He's all over the field, always in the right lane. McBride flies down the field and turns his back. A one-handed circus catch, there's no stopping that. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Wallace reads the plays just like a book. Cornish in the center, he stops their defense looks. Williams and Cornish always making plays. Everett returns the punts and makes the other team pay. Days is gaining yards, he runs like the wind and hooking ladders to Blackowitz for a touchdown. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Brick Mustang season ends tonight. Wallace drives through the line, no answer for his might. Dawkins takes the lead no matter pass or run. You just can't stop him, he's having so much fun. Jones and Collins are looking for the sack. Offer is having fun, deflecting a pass. Even Lewis on special teams is making the play. He's the last man defense and saves the day. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. Under Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Wallace reads the plays just like a book. Cornish in the center, he stops their defense looks. Williams and Cornish always making plays. Everett returns the punts and makes the other team pay. Days is gaining yards, he runs like the wind and hooking ladders to Blackowitz for a touchdown. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. On the Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. On the Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. On the Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue. Wallace reads the plays just like a book. Cornish in the center, he stops their defense looks. Williams and Cornish always making plays. Everett returns the punts and makes the other team pay. Days is gaining yards, he runs like the wind and hooking ladders to Blackowitz for a touchdown. Millville Thunderbolts, proud standing tall. On the Friday night lights, Thunderbolt spirit calls. Fans in the stands, Millville hearts pounding true. It's victory for the orange and blue.
I'm sorry, that was pretty cool with that bowling ball celebration, and I know it's 15 yards, and we don't want them to do it, but it looks like they're having fun. So great job to our Thunderbolts last week, and then And then we'll continue with one more visual of the celebration of the Central New Jersey champs. We have a picture of that. We can see that. There you go, Coach. And I look at that, right, and some people are going, they're not that excited. And I'm like, well, they're excited, but I think that it looks like they know they have to do more.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they were excited. I mean, this is like, it's a good accomplishment to win a sectional.
Yeah, three out of 4 years.
This was the state championship back in the day, you know. I mean,
right.
But to achieve this, it's like, you know, being a conference champ in college, you know. I mean, going, you know, so to accomplish this goal first, it means a lot. And 3 of 4 years, you know.
Well, 4 of 4 being in the game.
Yes.
3 of 4 winning it.
Yes, that says a lot for the program, you know, and so that's a great accomplishment. But that's not the end goal. It's not the end goal. And we have an opponent this week in a couple of days that stands in our way to get to where we want to go.
Which leads me to we're going to talk about the playoffs, but there's getting the trophy there. That's pretty cool. You need to celebrate. Definitely.
Well, yeah, listen, they were excited. I mean, you got to remember, we lost this game last year on our turf, so, you know, that, you know, we wanted that feeling
You're
of
getting
seeing
back
that.
there.
Yeah, yep.
All right, thank you, George. And then one more thing. Our division right now has only Cherokee is not in the semifinals, which is the state semifinals.
Mhm.
So you have the Prep upset their opponent
Del
last
Barton,
week.
yep.
And Del Barton was number 1 at one time in the state. And then, so I think, you know, our loss to the Prep, but the Prep seems to be like a better team than we thought they were going to be, too, from the people they're knocking off.
Yeah, they're always a good football team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But compared to us. And then you have Winslow and you have Mainland. So there's 5 teams in our division. 4 are still playing right now.
Yep.
So that says something about our division.
Well, look at our schedule too. You got Holy Spirit, who we played in the beginning. They're still playing.
And Washington
Township.
Township
is still playing. AC was in a sectional final. Delsey was in a sectional final. You know, so everybody we played in
deep into the playoffs, right?
Deep in the playoffs. So it shows you the rigorous schedule we have, which is fine. This is what you want because it's what gets us battle tested for now.
Great. So let's pull up the playoff schedule. I just amended it. I didn't get a chance to make it all fancy. I did make some corrections. Go ahead, Coach. So we have to change that date. So it's going to be on Saturday, the 23rd, right?
Yep.
1 p.m. And Shawnee won that bracket, but they lost to Winslow last week. And then so this Saturday at 1 p.m. we have Millville at Winslow. And then we have to turn around pretty quickly 5 days later to play Violin on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then you have 6 days?
I guess, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, you
Thursday.
don't get a Thanksgiving Day weekend because we got to come in Saturday. You got to come in on a Saturday, you know. But I'm not really. My mind's not there yet, to be honest.
Yeah, your
know,
mind is in right to state semifinals
we got
now.
a big game ahead of us that we poses a threat to us getting to where we want to get to. So we got to take care of that challenge first.
So it looks like to me when you see this again, I've said it before, there's 2 seasons to high school football now if you're at a pretty
Yeah.
good team. And you're playing 6 games before this, and then you're going to play another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games here. So it's 12, but really you'll have 13 games under your belt by that time, I think. So
Yeah.
that's crazy thinking about for years we played 9 games. And you
Yeah.
might have 2 playoff games.
Yeah, yeah.
So folks, you see that right there. You see that we'll mention it again later about that. And also, I think it's a good time to bring it up that George, can you? I know they don't. There is a graphic of the game I have that I showed. If you want to show that as far as the time and where they can buy tickets, but I'll just. So it's going to be November 23rd at 1 p.m. at Winslow Township. And you can keep that graphic up there. You don't have to show the other graphic because I know Jim Quinn wouldn't want me to show the other graphic. I'll just let everybody know that the only way to see the game, it's not on TV or radio, was not allowed. Mr. Quinn went through every avenue to try to have Quinn Broadcasting show the game on Quinn Broadcasting on Channel 22. but was unsuccessful because it's a sanctioned game under the NJSIAA, and what they do is they auction it out, and the National Football High School Association has a vendor that actually televises the game, and they're at www.nfshnetwork.com. It's www.nfshnetwork.com. It's a subscription service. They bill you $11.99 a month, and you don't have to buy it for the year. After you've paid for the 1 month, you can cancel it, and you only get charged for 1 month that way. Otherwise, it's a monthly charge. So this is out of our control, but we want to have it. We want to continue what's been going on for well over 50 years in Quinn Broadcasting, in showing the game to our Millville faithful. And many people just don't have internet access also, as Jim Quinn would say, and that's why we have it on Channel 22. But we are not permitted in real time to show the game. Same thing it was true for last week. And so we apologize for that, but really it's out of our control. And if you can go to our Millville Public Schools website, and there's more information about how you can get tickets, although I think if you want tickets for the game, but also if you want to watch it online. All right, this concludes our third quarter. We're gonna wrap it up with our fourth quarter, where we usually look at our upcoming opponent, and we'll be right back after these short messages.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Visit heart.org/nation.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services, including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
All right, we're at the fourth quarter. I'm Tony Trogone, along with Humberto Ayala, Coach's Corner. And as always in the fourth quarter, we talk about our upcoming opponent. And, we try to keep it, vanilla, I call it, or down the middle of the road. We don't want to excite anybody, but we know this is, but I will say, that being said, this is like the game of the season part 2 for South Jersey football. Mm-hmm. And if you read what's going on in the newspapers and the social media, Saturday is going to be a well-attended game across everyone in South Jersey, because it's the only game being played in South Jersey, because most are playing Friday night, but also because it's Millville and Vineland. So we expect to see
Winslow.
Oh, that's right. We'll say Vineland. Yeah. It's a Freudian slip, because we're thinking about Thursday, because our Thunderbolt faithful are also worrying about that Turkey Day tilt, Coach. That always lays on your head too. But against Winslow. So we always have the head-to-head visual that NJ.com provides us, and you can see in the last 3 meetings, that's a red mark for us. That's a bad taste in our mouth. We want to get that taste out of our mouth. But the previous 2. You can see that we beat them 45-35 in that, what we call a regional down in Rutgers. And then also in 2018, we beat them 44-28. So, they are familiar opponents. We are in the same division now, so I guess we're going to be seeing, at least for the next year or two, in the same division. But that's what the last 3 games have been. As far as the last 5 games that we played this season, you can see, well, it shows 4 with the game going this weekend. But Millville beat Brick, Marlboro, Red Bank, and then that loss to St. Augustine on the 25th of October. And then Winslow played Cherokee, wiped them out. Princeton was no contest. Manalapan, the short team, no contest. But Shawnee played them pretty tight for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a lead in the game.
Yeah, they scored on the first drive.
And then it was actually tight up until the first half. And then I think Shawnee had the ball in the 20. And then they had a holding call and brought them back. And then they went for it on 4th down. And then Winslow took the ball right at the end of the half and scored to kind of separate. I guess you being a coach, you look at that separation.
Yeah.
And then they come back in the second half, and then that becomes 32-8. But it was a contested event between Shawnee and Winslow. So, Coach, what are you looking for differently than earlier in the year?
It was game 5. This is game 12 for us. This is 13th game for them. I just think that we're better now than where we were then. I know we watched film. We know where we went wrong. We made adjustments. We know what we got to do differently. They're a good football team. They got a lot of athletes, but we're a good football team too. And people can have their take on it, but we know what we are as a program, and we know what our standard is, and I know what our kids are ready to do. And we're just ready to play a football game. Listen, we're just fortunate and happy to still be playing football. There's a lot of people that are sitting home now watching football, and we're still competing at this level. So we're happy.
Yeah, and when you play Winslow, it's like everybody says you're looking at a mirror image because they run the ball and they pass the ball, and then they and it's the same thing with us. So it's always pick your poison. So it's going to be a good game, but I'll put my 2 cents in. Looks like even in the trenches, it'll look like what goes on with the O-line, D-line, because the skill players are the skill players. But
yeah, I mean, listen, they got the pieces. They got the pieces in every aspect of what they do. They do a good job with, what they have. They compete at a high level. Coaches do a great job. I can't discredit anything that they do. I mean, they've had an amazing season. But, so have we. And our job is to come in there and to just take care of business, So we were aware that we're the underdogs, completely fine with that because it's just another football game, and anything can happen on any given day.
So it'll be on grass.
Yep.
And what's the forecast for Saturday?
Looks like it's going to be windy. They're talking about 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, because this is what you get during the day at this time of year. Looks like a high of 52, 53. It's on grass. I'm sure they even would rather be on turf, because of their speed. But, just something we'll adapt to, and think we're ready for whatever type of football we have to play.
All right. So I don't think there's anything more to say besides tune in if you can online with that service that NJ.com is providing, or the NJSIAA is providing. And if you can't get it, you can go to our school website and get access to what they're advertising online. I believe the game will be sold out if you are looking to buy tickets. Again, they don't sell tickets through our service. They do it through the NJSIAA for this type of game. It's a playoff game. It's a state semifinal. So, and again, Mr. Quinn wanted to make sure that we let people know about his efforts to televise the game, even on radio. And so that's the route we have to go to view the game on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And so I just stole it for you because I usually ask you. It's 1 o'clock at Winslow, right, Coach?
Yes, sir. 1 o'clock at Winslow.
Any parting words?
No. I'll leave that to you.
All right. Well, we're a little superstitious. And as I always say, go Bolts. All right.
This has been a QBC television production in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22 and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC. Programming that serves the South Jersey market.